just every winter our group of friends kind of meets rarely. And now it's again, the height of the pandemic for the third time in a row. And I'm also pregnant. And normally I would withdraw. I wouldn't text people. I wouldn't try to initiate. I learned my lesson, there were times where reaching out bore fruit, where I reached out to people, they had time and they were happy to come, meet up, do something, but now it's just not the time anymore, and it hasn't been for a while, and I got that, maybe not emotionally, but logically. But the thing is, this year, I'm not the only one pregnant. 3 of my friends were or are pregnant currently. One of my friends is also from Ukraine, and it's really horrible what's happening in there. I don't even want to talk about it. The threat of nuclear war is like a nice fucking cherry on top. I'm not meaning to make it about me, but being pregnant when this shit is going on is just, but whatever. I don't even pandemic, war, it's just all those things on my 2022 bingo, but whatever. So the thing is, I feel like I need to reach out to people sometimes because they are having babies and pregnancies, and their relatives might be in danger and stuff like that. So I kind of reach out occasionally to people to ask how they're doing, and it's all fine, and they're friendly back, everything is okay, but I still feel I'm doing the most, I'm being desperate or needy or seeking validation. I feel no one texts me. People very rarely text me and ask me how I'm doing. I'm still so traumatized by my best friend having abandoned me, by the fact that she just never asked how my pregnancy is going, and I offered her so much help with her depression, but she didn't need it, and she made all those promises that she didn't keep, to reach out to me again, to maybe reestablish something between us. She never did. She never did the bare minimum. She never even texted me once. She never asked how I'm doing. She just mistreated me. I feel very angry at her, and I know that she's depressed, but I feel with her I did what I could. I really did what I could. I really made it clear that she's not a burden, that I'm here to help her, that I miss her and love her, and it was all in vain. And it's just traumatizing. It was very bad for my sense of horrible loneliness and my low self-esteem, feeling like I'm not enough, there's something wrong with me. And so again overthinking every fucking human interaction that I have, and it's just so annoying. Sometimes there are people that are kind of friendly, and I feel it's okay to text them, but then mid-conversation they just disappear, just stop texting, randomly, and then they appear months or weeks later, nothing happened. I just feel I'm such a invisible friend that just exists somewhere on the outskirts of their life. I feel people really only reach out to me when they have nothing going on, and I would love so fucking exhausted. 3 cups of coffee later, and I just feel a little bit more like energized. Well, that can't be even called that. Less dead. So I went on a walk, and I don't know. Every winter is very hard, but it's like every winter it just gets worse and worse and worse. And before that, I used to think, well, the next one will be better. Now I just kind of lost hope. I know that the next one will probably be even worse because I'll probably be dealing with some kind of postpartum depression or something. Like, there's always something. I'll have a newborn and I'll be happy, but I'll also be like sleepless and physically like strained, whatever. Healing, maybe my body will be fucking ripped apart. Something will just happen. And I know it's very pessimistic, but the thing is, it's also like if the winter before didn't happen, I wouldn't be mentally prepared for this winter. So maybe at least I'm getting prepped for what's going to happen next, because I'm always on the same level of depression somehow. I am complaining constantly about how weed helped me cope, and I now cannot smoke, so I'm very depressed. But the thing is, last winter I was a little bit less depressed, but almost as depressed as I am now with weed. I had anxiety attacks from weed and stuff like that, so it's not really that simple. Weed could make my life so much sweeter now. It could help me relax and let go. It also helps me bear being lonely much better. Like, I don't really need to do something as much. I can just, lay down, watch some good television or read or something, and I don't feel as horrible and restless. I don't know if I have some form of HTD or something. I never read into it. I don't know. I'm not claiming to, but I just can't sit still. And it's a very bad combination. Exhaustion and not being able to relax. It makes you just so depressed. And lack of my best friend's company is a heavy, heavy burden. I think about it every day. And she knows me so well that there is no point in reaching out, because I did reach out to her, and her answer was clear, and her silence and her abandonment later on was a clear as day message. I deleted her from my social media. She can still see my stuff, but I don't see her, and I feel so much, well, not so much, but I feel a little bit better. I also finally started to answer when people ask how she's doing and stuff.